welcome to my preparation YouTube channel. Today I am going to explain Class 6th, Chapter 1st, History, Chapter name, What, Where, How and When. Now let us see the outline of this chapter. First, finding out what happened. Second, what can we know about the past? Third, where did people live? Fourth, names of the land. Fifth, finding out about the past. Sixth, one past or many. Seventh, what do dates mean? Now let us discuss on the finding out what happened in the past. Finding out what happened in the past, it is divided into two types, yesterday and last year. To know about the past of yesterday, you can ask your friends, listen to the radio, watch TV, and you can also know by reading the newspaper. To know about the last year of the past, you can ask somebody who remembers, and you can also ask your elder members. To know about last 10,000 years ago, we have to learn about the history. History is the study of the past. In this chapter, we learn how historians gather information about the past and how we can understand the lives of people who lived thousands of years ago. This chapter answers important questions like what do we study in history? Where did early people live? How do we find out about the past? When did historical events take place? Now let us discuss on the second outline of this chapter. What can we know about the past? The past tells us about many things. First, what people ate. Second, what clothes they wore. Third, what kind of houses they lived in. Fourth, the lives of kings and queens. Fifth, the lives of ordinary people. First, now let us see what people ate. During the ancient days, early people, they consumed different kinds of foods depending on where they lived. They hunted animals, gathered in fruits, and later they started farming. Second, what clothes they wore. Early humans used leaves, animal skins, and later they wore clothes. Third, what kind of houses they lived in. In the beginning, people lived in caves or made of shelters using wood, mud, and thatch. Fourth, the lives of kings and queens. History tells us about rulers, their battles, and how they governed their people. Fifth, the lives of ordinary people, not just rulers, but even farmers, traders, craftspersons, and travelers contributed to history. Our next topic is where did people live? People lived along the banks of river Narbada. You can also see in the map for hundreds and thousands of years ago. People who lived here is where there are skilled gatherers. Gatherers meaning people who gathered their food for their survival. People who lived here know about the vast wealth of plants in the forest. They collected roots, fruits, and they also hunted animals. Now let us see on the Suleiman and Kirtar Hills. You can also see in the map, Suleiman Hills is located in the northwestern part of, now it is in Pakistan. Kirtar Hills, it is located in the southwestern part of the Pakistan near Sindh and Balochistan. About over 8,000 years ago, early humans began farming in this region. They grow wheat and barley. They also started domesticating animals like sheep, goats, and cattle. These early farmers lived in small villages and they also used some simple tools made up of stone and bone. Next is Garo Hills and Vindhyas. Let us locate in the map. Garo Hills are located in the northeast and Vindhyas is located in the central India. Garo hills are drained by several rivers. The most important beings is Brahmaputra river and its tributaries. The first place where rice was first grown. Next is Indus river and its tributaries. Now let us locate on the map. Tributaries, meaning, are the small rivers that flow into a large river. About 4,700 years ago, some of the earliest cities flourished on this bank of this river Sindhu. About 2,500 years ago, cities grew near the Ganga river and its tributaries, as well as the sea coast. The rivers mostly flow through the India before joining the Indus in Pakistan. The 5 tributaries are Juleman, Chenab, Ravi, Beas and Satluj river. Next, let us locate Ganga river and its tributary called the Sun in the map. During early days, the area along this river to the south of the river Ganga is also known as Bihar in the present. Before, in the early days, it is also known as Magadha. It is a large kingdom having a very powerful rulers. During 2500 years ago, on the bank of river Ganga, people started traveling from one place to another. Kings kept large armies to protect their kingdoms and expand their territories. Soldiers also traveled long distance on foot and horseback. They also traveled for conquering other lands from one place to another. Merchants traveled with karmas and ships for carrying goods from one place to another. Religious teachers walked from village to village or town to town to give advice or knowledge on which they have from one place to another. Some with spirit of adventure, people travel to advise or discover new and exciting places from one place to another. During these years, people started to improve their knowledge, skills from one year to another year. People learned many things over the years. As the years going on, the people also started upgrading themselves. Next topic is, why do people travel nowadays? People travel today for their work, education, tourism and migration. Travels helps people to explore new places, meet different people and exchange their ideas. If we look at the map, we see that hills, mountains and seas form a natural frontiers of the subcontinent. This includes the Himalayas in the north, the Indian Ocean in the south, the Arabian Sea in the west, the Bay of Bengal in the east. Although crossing these natural barriers was very difficult in the early days, most people still also they traveled, they climbed mountains or sailed across the seas to explore new lands. Many of these travelers settled in India to bring new ideas and tradition. Next, how did this movement enrich the culture? Over hundreds of years, people from different places shared their knowledge and skills such as carving stones, composing music, cooking food, etc. Now let us see on the carving stones. They also started creating beautiful sculptures and temples. In composing music, they started introducing new musical styles and instruments. In cooking food, they started bringing new flavors and cooking methods, etc. Next topic is names of the land. Two names often used for our country are India and Bharat. The name India comes from the Indus River, which was called Sindhu in Sanskrit. This was the name kept by Iranians and the Greeks. Around 2500 years ago, the Iranians and the Greeks traveled through the northwest and they knew about the Indus River. They called it as Indos or the Undos, and the land to the east of the river was called India. The name Bharat was first used for a group of people living in the northwest. They were mentioned in the Rig Veda, one of the oldest Sanskrit texts written about 3500 years ago. Later, this name was used for the entire country. In the next video, we will explore remaining concept of this chapter in part 2 video. Stay updated for more videos. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you do not miss any of my further videos.